My name's Tanya, and today I'm filming a video for the Virtual Homeschool Co-op started by Just So Trish. And Trish wanted us to answer the question, how relaxed or structured is our homeschool? As a newbie homeschooler who's only 3 weeks in, I don't know how accurate my answer will be or how permanent it will be, but as of this point, I can say that I wanted to say that I was a 7 in the 3 categories she provided, which were our daily routine, our homeschooling space, and our curriculum choices. And I feel like in one of them, I am definitely where I want to be. I think that in terms of curriculum, I'm at a 7. I have probably more curriculum than I need for first grade, but I did that intentionally. I wanted to play and see what kind of curriculum my son would be most attracted to. And it's working out so far. I mean, I can definitely tell that there's certain things that he prefers to others, certain types of work that he prefers to others, certain publishers that he prefers to others, and that's all giving me a lot of information for what I plan to do for the second half of our first grade homeschooling year and for second grade as well. So in terms of curriculum, I'm quite happy with where we're at. You know, I like this testing phase. I think it's very informational and important at this stage. In terms of our homeschooling space, you know, I'm also not too upset. I think that we're probably at a 5 right now. We're testing things out. We're not very structured. I like to start in our homeschool room with a little bit of morning basket, and then we play outside. I let him have free play outside for a while, and then we come back to the homeschool room and get started. Anything that doesn't involve him doing written work, for example, when I do read alouds or when we're doing like science experiments or when we're building things, I let him wander and decide where we're going to do things, and I find that that works well for both of us. That being said, I would like to have a more dedicated space upstairs for things like science experiments. Sometimes it is a bit irritating to have to set up everything in the kitchen area or in the dining room area and then keep coming back and forth because our homeschool space is upstairs. So I'd kind of like to streamline that at some point, but we'll see how that goes. And then in terms of daily routine, that is where I'm having the most difficulty. I would say that I definitely wanted to be more of an 8 or 9 because I have a very structured personality. I really like planning. I really like planners. I really like time blocking. Unfortunately, my son does not. So we are working on that. And right now, the getting started after outdoor time, he's usually very enthusiastic for morning basket time and the outdoor play, surprisingly enough. But he's not so enthusiastic about getting started with the 3 R's, you know, reading, writing, arithmetic. He loves to read. He loves read alouds. He likes to read to me, but he doesn't like having me tell him that it is now time to do any one of those things. And so we are going to work on it. If you guys have any advice on how to make that transition smoother between the morning PE time and actually sitting down and getting started at his desk, that would be great. I would really appreciate it. I've been thinking about maybe starting it outside so that we do at least one subject after our physical playtime outside, and then we move in. It's just that right now I live in Texas and it's super hot and I can't do it. I can't do it. So we will figure something out, I'm sure. I was thinking maybe we could drive to the local coffee shop, which is literally like a minute away, and get started there. So it's still, you know, a sit-down environment, but we didn't have to come up to our homeschool room. That being said, I'd like him to get used to our homeschooling room. So I'm a bit torn, and I could use some of your seasoned advice for you veteran homeschoolers out there. But yeah, so that's where we stand right now with how structured or relaxed we are. I would say overall we're probably at a 6. I'm still learning and feeling my way through it, so I'm actually pretty proud of myself that I've let go a little bit of my OCD and I'm letting it kind of seep in and figuring out what works. I feel like it's a sieve right now. I'm trying things, and what is not falling through is sticking, and I plan on following through with that. So thank you guys for listening. I hope some of this was helpful, or at least made some of you newbie homeschoolers not feel so alone. And I look forward to speaking with you all again. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks.